Okay, so good day to you guys and welcome back to ICT. Okay, so for today I will discuss to you all about chapter 3, which is operating system and software. Okay, so in this chapter we will observe, or our objective for this chapter will be to identify the function of a software and operating system, to identify the different types of software, to identify the different kinds of operating system, and what is the usage of basic usage of operating system and software to users. Okay, so first thing is what is a software? Okay, software is an instruction that tells a computer what to do, comprises the entire set of programs, procedure, and routines associated with the operation of a computer system. A set of instructions that directs computer hardware to perform a task called a program or a software program. Okay, so it is opposite of hardware, which is describing the physical aspects of a computer. Okay, so software is a generic term used to refer application scripts, programs that runs on the device. Okay, so basically, ang ibig sabihin ng software is that is the opposite side of hardware. While ang hardware is a physical device nga makaptan ta kag ano ta, ma-interakta. While ang software ma-interakta pero hasilid ka computer mismo. So those are software, ang mga application, mga scripts, mga program, mga tools, mga documents, those are software. Tanan nga makita ta sa screen kang laptop ng computer are softwares. Okay, so gina-project na sa ating PC. Also, next is how does the software works? Okay, so it instructs the computer components how to perform the task. Okay, so a software is a various of instructions nga ginasugo ang computer kung anong brand sa kapakay. Those instructions are written in code that computer can understand. Okay, so ang software uh, na gakaroon ka mga codes nga gasugo sa computer para kung ano ang nakubrahan nga task. Okay, so ang software has the logic input output process. Okay, so pareho tanda kag pakatan nga chapter 1 nga input output process. Since nga chapter 1 is involved in software. Okay, so same tanda logic or same tanda pattern. Ma-input ang user, i-process kang ang mga codes ka atong CPU, then magwa ang output. Amura ang software. Okay, so we have different types of software. We have application software, system software, firm software, programming software, driver software, freeware software, shareware software, open source software, closed source software, and utility software. Okay, so first is application software. Application software is a software program or a group of programs designed for end users. There are many types of application software. Okay, so ang mga application software are yung software nga ma-interact ta every time nga magamit ang computer. Ang mga example ka dyan is Microsoft Word, ang database, spreadsheet, multimedia software like VLC, Windows Player, and many more. Presentation, and conferencing software like Zoom, Google Meet. Okay, so ang ginagamit ta kadya nga during the pandemic. Okay, so to make things short, ang application software are software nga ginagamit ta everyday kung magamit ta ka computer. Okay, so next is our system software. Okay, so system software provides a platform for other software and includes the program managing the computer itself, such as computer operating system, file management utilities, and desktop operating system or DOS. System software runs things in the background. Operating system are an example of system software. Okay, so ang ating system software is one example kang operating system. Okay, so ang system software ga pa-run ka mga application software. So tanda ang naga-manage ka mga background datas, mga background tanda naga-process, tanda tao ka instructions kung ano ang burahan ka computer. So bali background data so background platform ta na nga naga-manage kang atin nga computer. So these are the examples kang ating nga system software. Mainly, a system software is our operating software. Okay, so ga-tanda ga-operate kang application sa kada computer. Okay, so we have Microsoft Windows, Mac OS for Apple, Linux or GNU. Okay, so mga Linux dya, more on programming dya. And for the smartphones, we have Apple iOS, Google Android, and Windows Phone OS. Okay, so those are for smartphone operating system. Okay, so that is a system software. Okay, so it is a software nga operate kang aton nga mga task or operating application software sa background. Okay, so next is our firmware software. Okay, so firmware software is that stored on a computer's motherboard or chipset. Its job is to ensure the device works directly when you switch on your laptop. The basic input-output system or BIOS wakes everything up. Okay, so it checks the drive for errors, then queries for if the operating system is present. If so, it turns control over to the window. Okay, so ang firmware software manages the status of our computer. Okay, standard nag-check kung ano ang may guba lang o operating system ka computer. Tanda ka check kung anong kulang sa iyong computer. Like, for example, dinakas mong memory na, ma-detect ka firmware software. Kung ma-detect nila through the BIOS, kaya tawag, ma-notice nila kung wala natin yung mga storage device, kaya balik ganito tala sa BIOS. So, ng firmware software is a software nga ga-ensure kang status or fix ka mga ga-maintain ka status ka ating computer in order for the computer to work properly. Okay, so those are the functions of firmware software. Okay, so it checks for errors or mga kulang-kulang sa ating computer to ensure the proper work of our device. Okay, so next is our programming software. Okay, so programming software is also known as a programming tool or a software development tool. It's a programming that assists software developers and programmers with creating, debugging, and maintaining other programs and applications. So, mainly, ang purpose ng programming software is sa ngaran na pa lang nga programming. So, it is used for programming. Okay, so ginagamit ito ka mga programmer gid. Ginagamit ka mga programmer dya to create codes, to debug codes, to maintain codes or to maintain programs and application. Okay, so that is the main purpose of programming software. Okay, so here are the examples. Eclipse. Okay, so ang Eclipse is a Java platform. So Java programming nga nakakaptan. We have also Visual Studio, Notepad++, Dadra. Okay, so and Android Studio. So Android Studio is a programming platform that creates application for Android phones. Okay, so those are examples of our programming software. Next is our driver software. Okay, so driver software communicates with other hardware and control devices and peripheral attached to the computer. It does this by gathering input from the operating system and giving instructions to the hardware to perform an action or other designated task. Okay, so ang driver software is a software that ensures ang tanan nga mga drivers kang aton nga computer. So every component may drivers in order for that component to work properly. Okay, so kung ang graphic card na kulang drivers, may chance ra nga maglain-lain ang color katon nga screen, lain-lain color nga no nati. So ang purpose ka driver software gina-complete na mo ang mga drivers in order for that certain device to work properly. Okay, so sa network card drivers naman, kung wala ti kulang-kulang drivers na kara, hindi ta kakaroon ka internet. Hindi ta naka pasa ka internet from the router to our computer. So need ta nga kompleto ng drivers para in order for that device to work. Same with the mouse and keyboard. If kulang ang drivers ka mouse kag keyboard, hindi ta magamit. So need to get i-update. So that is the purpose of driver software. So it maintains or it checks kung may kulang or may guba na drivers or may dyan nga inid nga repair ka drivers. So that is the purpose of driver software. It maintains drivers of every components within a computer. Next is our freeware software. Okay, so freeware software is a software that is free to use. Unlike commercial software, it does not require any permanent or licensing fee. It is similar to shareware, but you will not eventually ask for payment to continue using the software. You can legally download and use freeware for as long as you want without having to pay for it. Okay, so ang freeware software is a software nga ma-download sa internet nga absolutely 100% free. Okay, so maka-download kita ka dyan sa internet pero wala gid bayad. Ang mga example ka freeware software is like TeamViewer, Audacity, Facebook Messenger, uTorrent, Adobe Reader, and many more nga libre, wala ti bayad pero magamit ta freely. Next is after that is shareware software. Okay, so unlike it has similar perspective sa ating freeware software, but unlike sa freeware software, ang shareware magamit ta temporarily. So libre ta na temporarily pero later on mabayad kita for its subscription. Okay, so shareware is like a freeware. Okay, so shareware is a free to use and share with others, but only for a short time. Okay, so like I said, it's only temporarily. It is disturbed for free on a trial basis with understanding that the user may need or want to pay for it later. Okay, other shareware, sometimes called lightware, is offered with certain capabilities disabled as an enticement to buy the complete version of the program. Okay, so ang shareware is free software that is temporarily free. Okay, so later on, in order to use the full capabilities or full functions of amurang software, you need to buy a subscription kara sa mga nagubura kara para magamit ta ang full version kang amurang program. Okay, so for example of the shareware is the Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft Word, pointers, and etc. is also ginabaydan. Okay, so ang Microsoft free sa tada for 30 days. After that, kung hindi ta pamabaydan, mangayo on naka-payment. So hindi ta magamit afterwards. Same with antivirus softwares like Avira, McAfee, ano pa yung mga antivirus nga softwares. Okay, so ang mga amo ka na antivirus, magamit na 30 days after nga naton nga hindi ta mabaydan nga within after 30 days di ta magamit ang full version kang aton nga antivirus. So that's one example of shareware. Okay, so Adobe software also has payment kung 30 days nga trial, then after that we need to pay for it. Pero medyo mga Adobe nga Adobe software nga portable nga no need and bayad. So it can be freeware or software ang Adobe software since nga ang Adobe Photoshop may portable version nga no need ka bayad. So next is our video and photo editing softwares like Adobe Photoshop, like I said kanina, KineMaster, Filmora, and many more. So, magamit pa na pero need baydan in order to use the whole capabilities of that software. Okay, so that is shareware pro software. Then we have open source software. Okay, so open source software means you can explore the actual code that the app was written in. Okay, so strictly software licensing is strict that another developer is able to do with the code. However, the ethos behind the open source is to encourage development. Okay, so open source software is a software nga makita ma-share tang aton nga mga codes. Mainly it is used for programmers nga nag-share ka mga codes sa mga other programmers. Okay. So pwede na ma-share ang codes pero hindi na ma-edit for safety purposes. Okay, so ma-copy mo pero hindi mo ma-edit. Amo ang purpose na. Next is actually closed source software sa DADya. So closed software applications are closed source in that they do not expose their original code. Okay, so a closed source software is software nga makashare ka pero hindi ma-share ang original code mismo. So pwede mo makita pero hindi mo tanagin ang original code na tampered. Like pareho sa open source nga copy mo pa jay tara hindi makita mo pero hindi mo tampered. So that is the main difference between open and closed source software. Next is, and lastly, in our software category is utility software. Okay, so utility is designed to analyze and optimize a device. These apps are usually bundled with an OS. They track performance and alert the system if there are problems like overheating. Okay, so utility softwares are utility attached sa ating mga software sa ating mga computer. Okay, so they can detect overheating, they can detect full storage, they can detect temperature, and other performing utilities. Also, they can terminate applications nga not working properly nga mga applications by using Windows Task Manager. Okay, so Windows Task Manager is a utility software. Also, we have calculator as our calculation. We have our Windows Defender, which is our built-in antivirus kang aton nga computer. So every computer has its Windows Defender, pero ga-apply lang dyan sa Windows operating system. Wala dyan sa aton nga Mac OS and Linux. Also, we have our calendar. So those are the utility software. Okay, so next is our operating system. Okay, so like I said, operating system works in the background part ng aton nga computer. So they are codes or instructions nga naga-instruct para makaubra ang user katasda sa aton nga desktop. Okay, so operating system is a software that manages computer hardware, software, resources, and provides common services for computer programs. Operating software systems are found in many devices that contain a computer, from cellular phones and video game consoles to web servers and supercomputers. It translates the instructions given by the users in a high-level language to machine language, okay, so which a computer can understand. It acts as an intermediary between a user and a computer hardware and provides an environment required to execute different programs efficiently. Okay, so ang operating system is human-computer interaction. Okay, so kung anong ginobra ka atong nga user, amo manaobrahan ka sa atong nga computer. So kung anong gisugo ko nga atong nga user, amo manaobrahan ka atong nga operating system. Gila execute na kung ano ang gusto kang user ta nga buksan or brahan. Okay, so sa picture there, like sa atong nga picture sa may screen, so buod nga user, then mapili ta ng application, then ay execute the operating system, then execute ta sa hardware or sa software side kang atong computer. Okay, so next is the 5 most popular operating system nga makita ta sa atong society. Okay, so we have Microsoft, which we currently use commonly. So makita tagid na permi sa mga computer shops, mga aton nga balay, sa mga ginapamaligya, Windows, Microsoft, ano lang, since nga Microsoft Windows is very user-friendly. Unlike sa aton nga Linux and macOS nga medyo complicated. Pero many of us still use macOS as our operating system since nga naga do na sanayan darman. Okay, so we have Microsoft Windows, Apple macOS, which we can see sa aton nga Apple Mac, Google Android OS. Okay, so makita ta sa mga Android phones ta, Apple iOS, or makita sa Apple sa iPhones, and Linux. Okay, so Linux is operating system that is good to use in programming, video editing, uh, uh, heavy task, and many more. So those are the 5 most popular operating system nowadays. Next is our Windows Desktop. Okay, so Windows Desktop is the main screen area that you see after you turn on the computer and log on to the Windows. Okay, so makita tang aton nga Windows Desktop once nga mag-open na nako aton computer. So sa aton nga Windows Desktop, we have makita ta nga mga applications, start menu, we can also see the background pictures and task na makita ta sa aton nga Windows Desktop. So Windows Desktop is our front main screen kang aton nga computer. Okay. Okay, so next is our basic computer maintenance. Okay, so in order for our computer to work properly, we need to maintain the computer in their good shape para magamit ta ang ating computer and its full potential. Okay, so ano ho mo computer mo kung magagamitan mo tapos gabi o ang ana performance manaba ka ra kay syempre mga fan na to gay na gano tapos may mga yabok to sa relate sa mga ano sa mga memory na syempre mahinay ra. So we need to maintain it. Okay, so how to maintain and extend the life of your computer. Okay, so first is to blow out or clean your computer. So no need to open the computer, just blow some blower or kung wala ka pati blower, basya-basya nyo lang gamay sa sagwa. If or kung ang computer nyo last mo lang buksan nyo kag ibasyan kag ibloweran para mas nami pagdana nga malimpyo. Pero lain sa laptop, since nga budlay ta na buksan kay naka-compact blower, okay ra na kag tapuhan naka trapo. Okay, so first is to blow out and clean your computer regularly. Then next is don't smoke or eat drink around your computer. So hindi ta dapat mag-inom, magkaon or mag-smoke sa tubang computer ta. Pero kitang mga Pinoy bisan ako gani kara kabrami ka amura nga nga bukat ka namin nga doings. So pwede ta maga-obrara pero hindi not all the time since nga may tsansa nga maguba gid ang aton nga computer due to food chunks, mga subay, mga suming, tapos ang mga smoke residue and spilled liquids basi ma-short ang aton nga computer. Next is don't shut down your computer too often. So every time nga magamit kita, dapat painitan ta na computer ta antes ta paksin kay para hindi mabalda ang ating computer. May jet ang computer nga ginagulpid lang ano, wala pa gali ka boot up kamayad, ginagulpid lang patay. So may chance nga mabalda ang ating nga OS ka sa ating hard drive. Since nga hard drive ta is compact disk man lang ra. Once nga pandaran mo ra, malibot ang disk, kagulpihon mo patay, mahulog ang gulpi ang disk. So, highly suggested nga painitan na ng computer antes patchen. Kag ipatchen properly gid. Hindi nga gulpihon lang nga unplug or pinuto ng power button gulpi. Okay, so next is don't leave laptops and plug in all the time. So this part is applicable for laptop users. So hindi nyo pag-plug ang laptops nyo buhay-buhay. Bisan nga wala kung kapin pa kung wala ginagamit. So kung charge ka mo laptop nyo tapos patay laptop nyo kag malipatan nyo, may chance nga mabalda ang inyong battery. So worst case scenario malupok pagani is. So highly suggested nga hindi nyo pag-plug all the time ang inyong compute nga laptop. So next is update software or perform regular maintenance. Like I said kanina, nga need ta i-update ang mga drivers, mga firmware software ng ating computer in order for our computer to work properly or to work its latest features. Okay, so those are our computer maintenance in order for a computer to extend to extend its life longer than usual. So I think that is all for chapter 3. Thank you for listening and have a great day.